Hi, everybody. Welcome to your webinar. My name is lee-honish. Today, we are doing digital marketing. I am going to show you things that I use in my own personal business, the people that I consult with, the offices that I work with. They're all real estate related. They are how to do real-time marketing and solutions with the internet that will be effective for all of you, that I believe you need to all implement to be competitive in today's real estate market. So my goal here is to show you how to generate webs, how to generate leads to the World Wide Web, right? Now, there's some inherent problems with getting leads from the World Wide Web that we will discuss along the way. But ultimately, a lead is just somebody raising their hand, showing interest in what you do. And I'll show you how to diversify that. I will share with you some of the people that I consult with in various forms of business and how you can implement that in real estate. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. My name's lee-honish. That's me on the left. That is my Facebook profile page. Feel free to follow me at lee-honish, all one word, L-E-E-H-O-N-I-S-H, on all of the digital media platforms. I've been in real estate and banking for 30 years, 31 years. We did the math on this. I started in 88. I'm really bad at this stuff. I started doing asset management and banking in 1988, went on to get my real estate license in the 90s. But in 2007, I started working on marketing and working with real estate agents, direct marketing specifically in the beginning, targeting real estate agents. About 10 years ago, started a coaching group, and I started to focus on all forms of marketing to effectively get more business for me. Today, I'm going to share with you what I consult, what I teach, what I preach, what I know, and what are facts. I don't buy Facebook ads if I can help it. I don't boost posts if I can help it. Occasionally, if I see something that has a tremendous amount of run on it, I will boost that post a little bit. But by and large, my goal is to show you how to do this as inexpensively as possible. I think there are tools you need to get involved with and understand that. Again, for people who do not know me, I'll give you the big stats. I have been viewed approximately 1.5 million times on the World Wide Web or more at this point, I think. I have literally taught over 100,000 real estate agents on various forms of marketing. I have been named for the last 3 years one of the most innovative marketers in America. And today I'm going to share with you how I do my personal digital marketing, how I consult it, what people pay for, right? It's shocking to me in real estate, we don't do more of what I'm about to discuss, but I'm happy to share it all with you. And hopefully you implement it in your own personal business. All right. I'm not actually here to discuss what you guys think about the current market. I'm just here to tell you it's a tight market, and no matter where you are in the country, what you need to be aware of is where it's going, right? Getting buyers, getting sellers, and the difficulty in getting buyers and sellers. I'm a distressed property guy. I think the direction that it's going is going to go well for me as a former banker and as a guy who does marketing. So I'm going to gear all my marketing towards people that need to get out from underneath their house. Now, for those of you that are on this webinar that are just a traditional buyer's agent or seller's agent, that's great. I'm just telling you the market's tight. Whatever it is, always be aware of your market and how to take advantage of that data. Currently, we're showing a decline in prices, and it's going to have an overall effect, right? So is that better for buyers? Right. Should I focus more of my marketing on getting buyers if it becomes a buyer's market, right? If interest rates go down, I know Fred's on the call, I should focus on the interest rates going down. Whatever it is, you want to utilize that platform in your marketing, and those are called germane messages, right? So I have an idea of what my message is. I know how I want to target my message out, and I know the kind of information that I want to put out. And those are the real important things when you're doing marketing. It's always the content, it's always the niche, it's always what you're focusing it at, right? And what I'm focusing everything at ultimately is either a face-to-face appointment or a phone call. Does that make sense? I know I'm talking fast at 10:07, but it gives me a chance. Khalid, am I good? Checking in with all of you. I do talk really fast. I'll go 3 slides before I'll check in with you guys, because I want to get right to the marketing. Okay, good. I want to get everything done in an hour. Our goal with this webinar, and your goal when you do digital marketing, ultimately is to try to jam as many leads into as many finite funnels as humanly possible. The question is, what happens at the bottom, right? The big secret that nobody talks about with any form of marketing, and I don't care if it's direct, I don't care if it's digital, at the bottom of that funnel, what's happening to the lead? Am I capturing their information? Am I putting on an email campaign? Am I making it a phone call? What are my conversion skills? Those are all things that have to be addressed. But for the sake of this discussion and what we're going to be doing here in literally 7 minutes, we need to generate, put it into a funnel, define it, follow up with it. Now, here is my one-time statement on the topic. Everybody acknowledge, everybody know how to raise and lower their hand on the phone, on the GoToWebinar app. I want to make this abundantly clear before we go forward. This process, when you generate for leads, will generate people immediately, but it may not generate people that are looking to buy or sell immediately. Those are Easter eggs. Does everybody understand that? You can either raise your hand, Khalid, check in with me. Understand all you're doing is generating leads. You're not generating an actual listing. That's really important because I know that this is a real estate-based event. Be prepared to play the long game when you are playing online funnels. Okay, I spent all of last year, 6 to 9 months is correct. Brendan, thank you. Somebody's paying attention to me in my other coaching groups and have been doing it themselves. I spent all of last year doing marketing for people online. And I can tell you this, it's 6 to 9 months or longer, okay? Do I think you can generate a lead quickly? Yes, I think you could generate them today. I'm hoping to do it right here on this webinar in the next 50 minutes, right? I'm going to try to implement stuff in literally 6 minutes, right? Start putting it online, start putting in places where people are fishing, but it's Friday at 10 o'clock on the West Coast. I don't know what kind of buyers and sellers are floating around the web. You got to be doing this at night. You got to be doing it during the day. You got to see what message you're putting out and if it's effective. All of these things matter, okay? Every little thing you do. You just need to learn the basic process, implement the process, follow up with the process. And I will show you multiple examples, right? Because ultimately our goal is either to get a phone call or a face-to-face. I don't know any other way to get a listing. As much as I try, I want to believe that you can magically get listings other ways. In my personal business, it's going to start with a phone call and end with a face-to-face for me to get a listing. All right. So moving forward, here are the processes. Shall we begin? There are 3 ways to get listings, right? One is direct marketing. It is crucial, in fact, to be doing direct marketing. For those of you who are not my coaching students, I suggest working on a niche, and I suggest finding a niche that works for the current climate of the market. Number 2, you need to be doing web marketing. That's what we're going to be doing here. I'm not even trying. We're 4 minutes away from that really going off, so everybody be prepared. And the third is always working your referral set, right? I try to implement my referrals with my follow-ups and my web marketing. If I could tie it all together, it's even better. Because when you're talking about generating buyers or sellers, right? I thought I fixed this. Number 1, you need to understand your value, right? That is crucial step number 1. You need to understand your value and your value proposition. That is your message. Once I have my message, I can create a landing page. We're going to do that. Once I have created my landing page, I can create direct marketing for that landing page, right? So I've created a catch. The first catch I'm creating is a landing page. Landing page is going to do most of the heavy lifting to convert them into a phone call or an email address. When you're talking about a web lead, the two things you're after is either generating a phone call or grabbing their email address, right? And we'll talk about that. I want to create direct marketing or a campaign that I can implement that will generate people to my landing page. Then I want to create web marketing, okay? Oh, I got direct marketing in here. Yes, I create direct marketing that'll go to my landing page. I'll also create web marketing that'll go to my lead page. Then I want to engage my referrals and then ultimately follow up. So what does that look like in real time when you're talking web marketing? Step one, this is what we're going to do right now. Thought I took that previous slide out. Sorry. We're going to create a landing page. We're going to find content for that landing page. We're going to take that landing, we're going to put the landing page together with the content, right? We're going to link it all up. We're going to backlink and capture from that landing page. We're going to spread the message out. We're going to follow up with the leads. That's it. Elgin, do I do anything with bots? I actually have bots. I like bots. I don't know how long bots are going to be around. I think by the time I teach it or implement in my personal business, I'm always online. So there's no reason. What bots are basically designed to do is engage, right? And create relationships. So that's the whole pre-log. Are there any questions? I think I could do a whole thing on bots. And I actually have a reseller license for a company that has decent bots that would work for real estate. Are there any questions before I go? Does everything I say make sense? Khalid, are we good to this point? Fred Solomon, Saturday AM and evenings are the best for online lead generation. I agree. I think evenings period, anytime after 5. All right, good. New people, raise your hand. Where are you that aren't coaching students? If you're not a coaching student, you know not to push the button. I'm checking in with those people. Will there be a replay of this? Yes, there will be. Here's the funny part for the non-coaching students and the one person, Michael Ferguson, who raised his hand. I have 30 people on this call. Not all 30 of these are my coaching students. So I've already scared people who are not. All right. Thank you, Norman. Are there any questions before I go forward about what I'm about to cover? Because this is fast and furious stuff. Yeah, it's okay, Michael. This part comes fast and furious, all right? Are you telling me Galloway didn't show up after making a big deal about being on this webinar and stuff to cover on it? That's really actually pretty funny. Margaret, will you link this to the Monster Marketing coaching site? Yes. All right, let's do this, shall we? Everybody pay attention to your screen. We're going in, all right? Here are my basic steps. This is what I do when I consult. This is the short version of what I do. Generally, it takes about a day when I'm meeting with a new client, and I don't care what their business is. The first thing I actually want to do when I'm working with a client is start with Google. That is where life begins and ends for you. It is what it is. So who would like to be my volunteer? I mean, I'm more than happy to use me as a volunteer, but if you raise your hand, you're going to get Googled. Anybody brave enough? I didn't think so. Oh, Brendan, are you up to date on everything, Brendan? Rendo. Did I get it right? There it is, Brendan Rendo. Homes in Orlando, Winter Springs. So your Facebook page comes up first, Brendan. That's good. I like that. Second is realtor.com. That does nothing for you. This is a lost lead. So Brendan, you're going to get a personal consult right now. So pay a little attention right here. Facebook helps you. So this one helps you, right? If I click on it, there should be a way to find you and connect with you. That's just logical for what's happening now. You got the call now button. That's solid. There you are, Brendan. If it comes up anytime soon, let it load. Realtor.com does not help any of you. I'm going to say this. Okay. Why does this not help us? If I click on this page, do I think I'm not going to give them any time on the webinar as well as Zillow? These two don't help you. Okay. I just truly believe that. Does that make sense for anybody who's wondering? I don't think realtor.com or Zillow help you. I think if somebody's looking for you or your listings, that's a chance for them to get lost in this funnel. Remember, I'm just a human being who's looking things up, right? So realtor.com and Zillow being in the top 4 is bad. Next Home Realty, I'm going to guess, is the real estate company, I'm guessing, question mark. And that's good info. Here's the next problem. It's a lead page. Look at you. Next Home is using, oh no, it's not a lead page. That's my upper lead pages. Let's see what kind of action this page does. I'm going to turn off all my web pages up above. See what this does, if it works. All right, so where are we? I'm not frozen. I don't know what's going on up there. Are you telling me that I'm frozen again on Firefox? It's very frustrating. I can't do Alexa search. All right. I'm trying to multitask. I believe that I am taxing the system out. So I like the Facebook thing. That's probably where I would focus everything. I like LinkedIn. 1-2 on LinkedIn. I'm really concerned about this Zillow and Realtor.com thing. That's just lost data. Reach 150, Homelight, Twitter. You're doing okay. I think the one that I usually care about would be the Next Home Realty up here with the Facebook, or if it were me, Brendan, and I don't know why you haven't done this, you have a pretty unusual name, right? Why don't you own brendanrendo.com and redirect it at, say, your real estate page? Your real estate page is pretty tight, remarkably, right? That's the info I need to find you. So understand this for everybody who's on the call, why I'm so obsessed with this, okay? Can't stress this enough. When you meet with a client, period, they're going to Google you. When you get a web lead, they're going to look you up. And if you truly believe that Realtor and Zillow are working in your best interest, you do not understand their platform. Their platform is to put as many bodies on it and to redirect them to the people that pay them money. That is my humble feeling. Unless you're buying leads from a certain area, I don't see any other value in Zillow whatsoever. But people who link to their Zillow profile, you might as well just be throwing leads right out the window. All right, so I'm going to focus on the highest and best use for you, Brendan, which would be the Facebook page, right? I would use my Facebook page and I would tweak it out so that it is this is where I would lead all my traffic. This is absolutely where I would lead all my traffic. I'm glad you bought your name the other day. Okay, does everybody understand? You must Google yourself. Once you're aware of where you're Googling yourself, you can move to the next step. So this would be my launching platform, okay? What is a launching platform? A launching platform is somewhere where I can create a post, then share this post to other locations. Every single post that goes up can be shared. Everything you post from here, right? So you can share directly from here to multiple locations, counts the number of times you have engagements. More engagements, more faces, more interaction. The only question is, where can I make a person click and make them take an action? Does that make sense to everybody? So here's what it looks like in real time. Now that I know I'm going to focus on Facebook, that's where I would go for you. In this particular case, I'm going to do some stuff that's actual real time. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is create a landing page. We need to create a message and we need to create a direction. My advice to everybody is know what your marketing message is and what you want to put out there. The next thing you want to do once you know if you're going after buyers or sellers In this case, I'm going to show you guys how to directly go after sellers. I want to go to leadpages.net. Can't type. I'm going to sign in. I'm going to do this in real time. This is the real deal, kids. Okay. I've already created the for sale platform that I'm going to use, and I'm going to show you how to implement it, and I'm going to go through it just for the sake of discussion. This is what a lead page looks like. You can create these from scratch. You can create them as messages. Doesn't really matter. In this particular case, I'm going with, how many of you know this message? I have a buyer who will pay cash in your area, right? How many of you have heard that message a million times? If you're as old as me, you remember the Robert Butcher letters, right, Brendan? That'll go back. Elgin and I'll date ourselves. Did you do Butcher letters, Elgin? This is I'm doing Robert Butcher letter right here. I have an all cash buyer for your home. There's the phone number that I want to target, right? I'm going to add a video. This is all designed to be the presentation of an investor. It's just good copy, right? Again, look at the call to action on this. This is where I'm going to catch people. I have an all cash buyer. Information, phone number, schedule my consultation. Information, phone number, schedule my consultation. Information, right? Of course it works. So you want this to be as big as possible. We're going to run this for Diana right now in real time. Hopefully we make her phone ring and really piss her off. I don't think she's prepared for business this time of day, and I don't think she knows I'm using her info. This video is from my actual investor who does write on all of my properties, right? Diana is my realtor who takes in all my deals. So this is what it's going to look like when it's all done. The video is I've actually put this whole thing together. It's up, it's live, it's running. And this is the final product. I have an all cash buyer. You click on the video, you're going to get a lovely video, right? Has music, the whole bit, right? That's great. Information, call now. Call for my free consultation. It's going to be email, phone number, hit the Let's Talk button. Will send me an email. This is live and working. Does everybody understand what's going on here? This is from lead pages. I'm not going to do a big lead pages explanation. I think you need to build a net, okay? There's a 2-week free trial. Everybody use it. Everybody use it. Use the 2-week trial, okay? You just sign up. You use out their templates, right? It's pretty super straightforward. They're all prefabbed. You can tweak them how you want. This one is an original lead capture. I just added stuff, right? I just kept going for that crowd that wants a video, info, call. Info, phone number, online work. Okay, I'm going to show you my format. It's the same for my webinars. It's the same for everything else. And for those of you that are here, the squeeze page I use for my webinar is no different than this, right? Call to action, click now. Information, call to action, act now. Information, call to action. Information, call to action. If you're writing this down, I'll do it again. Blasted quick headline. There's usually a lead meter for all this stuff, right? Call to action, video, information, call to action. Information, call to action. It's a pretty simple formula that I go with. Information, call to action. Information, call to action. Not my formula. It's the formula that works, okay? It's not, I've seen it used literally by people who spend millions on their marketing. So now, do I have an effective capture page? Do you guys understand? I now have a net that I can throw on the internet. Everybody understand that? Show of hands. Any questions right here with setting up a lead page? Information, call to action. Information, call to action. Simple formula. Don't kill yourselves. Can't make it any easier than that. Information, call to action. Got it? Everybody good? How often do you change the landing page? I change it a little bit every time, actually, whenever I'm doing a message. It's a really good question, right? So the landing page itself, depending on my client, I'm going to give you a couple of examples here, right? I'm going to show you one that's already been launched this past week. And this is a very small Brazilian jiu-jitsu place that I do marketing for. They wanted me to bring in clients, right? So the goal here isn't to get volume and volume, which you guys can all do, right? You can do your entire county, you can do your entire state. I don't really care. If I get a deal in California, I'm going to be a happy camper, right? But when you're talking about something very micromanaged like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu place that's in the city of Covina, right? Let's talk really micro focused, shall we? I'm literally looking for 10 people to look at this and one person to take action on a daily basis. Does that make sense to you, Margaret? So I'm not going to change the page much if it's getting the right results, okay? And again, same formula, right? Information, call to action, right? Information, class schedule, call to action. Information, call to action. Information, and call to action. Where is it? There it is, down at the bottom. Call to action, right? So it doesn't change. The format doesn't change. How you dress it up changes a little bit. But if you're happy and your lead page gets a result, thank you, Margaret. If I get a result, why would I change the landing page, right? So look at the Teixeira Garcia page. It's literally 4 days old. So he's gotten 34 hits over the last 4 days, and he's had 3 people taking action. The pocket for all of you, right? How many people do I want to hit the page? How many people do I want to take the action? I mean, that's really ultimately what I'm trying to make happen. Does that make sense? If you're getting a 10% conversion rate where you're capturing a phone number or somebody's calling in, you win the game. That's super high for the internet. And I've only seen that from these landing pages. Don't get caught up on this conversion thing unless you're losing. Let me give you an example. I do marketing for a podcast, right? They don't have anything to convert on. I'm going to show it to you because it's important. This podcast is to get people to land on it and then click on one of these actions. Each of these actions is not a conversion. The only conversion is if they sign up for updates. That's not the goal. The goal here is to get them on multiple platforms. So I use lead pages in multiple ways. And again, the results are 11,000 people have hit the page and interacted with it. Was the goal to create conversions? Yeah, in some cases they are. The Teixeira Garcia page for sure. It's not that way for the Monster Marketing page. I use a squeeze page for the sales of my own product. The goal here isn't to capture a phone number or an email at all. The goal on this page, right, is to provide more information. And then ultimately, it's a squeeze sales page. This is totally different. The sales page is built to get them to the bottom. Let me show you what it looks like at the bottom. I know we spent a lot of time, but your squeeze page matters. Your action page matters. So I'm just covering a big wide range of them. So for the Monster sales page, which is direct marketing for those of you who are not my coaching students, it's a sales page, right? So the action is to get you through all the testimonials, to show you all the information, and get you at the bottom to actually sign up. This page, this is my only beef with lead pages. They feel that the only conversion is when somebody fills out a form and sends you information. So they don't track anybody filling out this form. They don't track partial form fill outs. They don't track time on page. I mean, I have some angst with the actual product. I've been with it for about 3 months. I have used different things previously. This is just what I use because so many people want to implement lead capture systems and expand their message. Okay. Barb, did you get the video from your investor, Robert? Yes, I did. That's a Robert video. So ARW is my investment arm. I'm actually going to run this. I haven't put this anywhere live yet at all. It's just recently been published. I think the one that we used previously, just to show you what an actual lead page looks like. This is the one I did a week ago for a coaching call. We actually got to click on it in the course of doing the presentation, but everything was kind of dummied up. So it wasn't, it's kind of interesting that way, but it's, I want to actually run today in the next 20 minutes or so with real-time stuff for you guys. So here is a standard lead capture page that they think real estate agents would like. Go back. All right. We're going to look at this thing directly. Give it a second. It'll load up. Are there any questions right here about landing pages? I'm not here to make lead pages any money. By the way, if you use Russell Brunson's, if you use Woofoos, which is free, whatever you do, you need to capture your leads from the web. Statistically speaking, all they're going to do is brand you, see your number, or give you an email, right? My job is to create platforms for capturing that information and getting them to take some kind of action. Does that make sense? Where's Khalid? Khalid, did that all make sense? That makes sense to everybody? So I'm going to show you, this is the one we did 2 weeks ago. I didn't even put any information on it. So this is the standard, and they actually have a lead meter that'll tell you how well this is actually working, right? So this is a standard real estate agent lead page where it has featured listings, available listings, and recent sales information. It's all plug and play. I can't tell you enough. For 2 weeks for free for you to try this, this is literally just you plugging in your info. They like this as one of their lead capture pages, right? And giving you all these resources pages and doing all that stuff. I think it's great. I haven't actually used this page. I think this is a very overdone page, in my opinion. I think there are many other options that can be used in this particular case. In my case, I took a lead page, I tweaked it out. See, they give you a bunch of different options. All right, is everybody clear on lead pages? Everybody? Any questions? New people, you okay? All right, good, Khalid. All right, let's implement this and go fishing with it, okay? The reason for a lead page ultimately at the end of the day is to go and catch people with the net. So I got a net. This is where they're going to go. So how do I put people on here, right? So let's go with the easiest, simplest way of doing this. Because I'm not completely gung-ho on Google Analytics, do you guys want to is there a difference between lead pages and a squeeze page? No, Doug, they're exactly the same. A lead page is to take an action of generating the lead. Squeeze page is to take the action of a sale. I think that's how they distinguish it in my business. But in my humble opinion, they are identical. Squeeze page and a lead page are basically, squeeze page is designed to get you to the bottom, squeezing you at the bottom of the information, right? And a lead page works like a squeeze page. So it's all leading down, it's squeezing you down, take an action. Leading you down, squeezing you down, take an action. I think that's how they decided. I've read 100 books that have brutalized that topic, Doug, and I can't agree with. Lead pages is just the name of a squeeze page company. Does that make sense? Russell Brunson's is a squeeze page that's labeled a different way. They're all the same, my humble opinion. You're pushing and squeezing into an action. And they like the word squeeze page because it fits into a funnel. It sounds really good if you're a guy like me who teaches marketing. It sounds really hip. New people, how you guys doing? All right, so I've created a lead page for whatever. Experiment, have fun, right? I am going with literally one of the classic formats here, which is a big headline, quick call to action, video, then information, capture, information, action, information, action, information, action. And of course, your broker information at the bottom so you don't get in trouble with the broker, DRE, God, and country. We wouldn't want to upset anybody with your digital marketing platform. Please consult with your attorney, broker, and CPA before you do any marketing and what you need to put online. That was my legal note. Should make Elgin very happy. I'm trying to be more straightforward. Is there a source for videos if we don't want to do our own? Originally, this squeeze page didn't have a video, Margaret. I'm not always gung-ho about video. Okay, this webinar that we're on didn't have a video to get people on it. Would I have gotten a higher conversion rate or a higher show up rate? Don't know. But it's something to be tested. So I don't have 100% on whether or not you need videos on your landing page. I do know this. It's information, call to action, information, call to action. And when it comes to setting up a lead page, right? This Tashara Garcia page that I keep going back to, I didn't tweak this. I literally typed in gym, and this is their landing page, and I just plugged in the local branding, the local photos, and the local info intentionally. And there's a very good reason for that. I don't know what will make somebody take an action for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu place or a gym, right? I'm not an expert of capturing those leads. I understand the mechanics, right? But literally, ultimately, I followed their template on purpose. I didn't tweak it. I added some things, and that's it. Since it got a conversion rate, I didn't tweak it. David Haro, who pays the commission, homeowner or the investor? In what? I don't even understand that question. Are we doing an investor webinar or a real estate agent webinar? What's the question? But you can ask it, David. Okay. So I have an all cash buyer for a house is my message. This is my landing page. It's all set up. It is the oldest message in real estate to try to get new listings. You should all agree to that, or you haven't been in real estate as long as me and Elgin. So I have a lead page. I have a message. My next goal is to go on Facebook. I do believe in using Facebook pages. I do believe in using, I have, in my world, there are 3 pages that I operate. There are actually 4 because I'm doing a couple of clients, 5. So lee-honish as a profile, which comes up first for me in Google as well. If you hit my timeline or feel free to follow me, there is nothing on it that is work related at any point. This one is. I'm going to hide that. I don't like work related stuff on my timeline. I got tagged by that. What is all this? You can hide stuff on your timeline, and I highly recommend it. Okay? I just want pictures of me and my family. Want to know why? I think that Facebook is only going to generate credibility for you. If I want people to take action directly with me, I want them on a profile or a capture page. But if they're looking at me on Facebook, I want them to have the warmest impression possible. Use that information however you want. But my timeline, by and large, and my coaching students already know this about me, my timeline, pictures of me and pictures of my daughter, mostly. That's just really the way this goes constantly. It's just me being a divorced dad and doing stuff with my daughter all the time. We now have a NOTS pass. Okay, you don't see any work there. So going back to your point, Brendan, and what we're about to do, I prefer to do my business on my Facebook page. Okay, there is a lee-honish Facebook page. This is where I like to launch from. Okay. When we're talking about launching, what is a launch? I am going to create a post that I can post in other places to have people take action. Does that make sense? So I want them here. I'm going to use Facebook. I'm going to use all the social media platforms in the next 10 or 15 minutes, but here is where I want to start them, right? So I'm going to do this without an article, and I'm going to do this with an article. I'm going to show you two different ways to load content. First is what I call a direct call to action. I'm going to copy the link of where I want them to go. This is where I want them to go. I don't like this link, so I'm going to pretty the link up on goo.gl.com. This is Google shortener. Why are you not showing up? goo.gl. Come on, there we go. I'm going to right click and paste that address in, and I'm going to shorten it. Much prettier. Okay? Simple as that. Now, first thing I want to do is do a call to action. I'm going to give you my formula for a call to action post. Everybody got it? When you are posting and getting ready to repost in rooms that are buy-sell groups or whatever, I'm going to go into groups in just a minute and show you how to repost this whole thing. And I'm going to do a lot of them real fast. And we're going to see if we get action. You get 4 lines on Facebook, okay? In those 4 lines on Facebook, you need to convey messages that are helpful, okay? First thing you want to do is add a photo. That's just my humble opinion. In this case, I'm going to go with homeowner in distress. Oh, homeowner bills, even better. Why? Most of you are my coaching students, and I'm just kind of tying all your marketing together. Stress. There we go. Perfect, right here. That's the message I want. I'm going to save that image. So I know what my marketing message is. Do you guys know what it is? Most of you are my coaching students. For those of you who are not, I'm going to focus on finding people who need to sell their house right now, all cash, that are under a great deal of stress. Okay? I'm going to save that. You can download an extension for Chrome for Google shortener to make it easy. Yes, I can. I'm aware of that. More consumed that my computer is now locking up. This is more about using Firefox than anything else. You guys all hear me still? I don't know if I've lost complete control of the ship. I'm about to relaunch everything here in a quick second. I have so many pages running. And of course, the whole system is locked up. Can you guys hear me at all? Awesome. I don't know if you can hear me. There we go. Woo, that was sketchy. I like Firefox, by the way, a lot. I like Firefox a great deal. But there are a lot of flaws within Firefox that I cannot seem to help. It runs faster than any other product on the market. Okay, so now I have a message. All right. Is the direction I'm going making sense to everybody? Guys, get where we're going with this? Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Try to get this all set up. So I'm going to run this fairly fast. Good. Okay, good, Khalid. I know it's gone off the rails. Certainly my computer locking up in the middle of all this is very depressing. I've got to get off Firefox, but it's just so fast. Okay, I now have a picture. I'm going to upload the picture, right? I'm not recreating the wheel here. The reason I'm uploading the picture first is, for those of you who don't know this, if I put the link in, it's going to add the link. I don't want it to add the link. I want this to be a fairly easy situation. Do you need to sell your house now? Question mark. I'm going to put in my short code. Click here and get a cash offer. I don't know how I feel about the way this is laying out. I'm going to have to look at it. All right. Where's my photo? There's my photo. All right. Are you struggling with bills? Behind on payments? Or behind on payments? You guys get the point, right? I don't need a lot of spend a lot of time here to explain this, but it makes sense, right? I have a buyer for your home now. Call to action. Okay? And I'll drop the link one more time. Copy this. I want to preview it. I'm going to publish it, but I'm going to tweak it. No, it looks good. So there we go. This is a call to action post. Now, for a couple of you that understand this, would I stick it into a generator and start posting it up? Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about getting it onto groups. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to repost this in a lot of locations right here, right now for you. I'm going to take a lot of quick actions and post this up in some groups, okay, to try to get some reaction out of it. Does everybody understand to this point what I did? This is my anchor point for the initial piece. Everybody good? Show of hands. I haven't lost anybody. Good, good. Khalid's good. Margaret's good. Hands, hands, hands. I like the fact that it's just my coaching students that are engaged here. All right, so I have a call to action. This is the action it's going to take. It's going to get me to that, right? So what are we going to consider a win here? Somebody liking it? Somebody clicking on the link? You have to decide that for yourself, because when you're talking about a web lead, if this thing's engaged at all, it's a win. So I now have a landing place. I now have a message. I now have a fishing hook and a rod, and I'm about to throw it into the water. It is not in the water on my page. Can I say this to everybody who is not my coaching student or anybody else paying attention to this? When you create a post on your timeline, your page, wherever, if you think what you're doing right here is fishing for new clients, you are wrong. I can literally type in a search right now for people looking for listings and they're posting on their timeline. They're doing it completely wrong. Completely wrong. There is no way by putting this on a page or my timeline that I'm going to get new clients in my area. Brendan, why would you not build the picture into the landing page, then drop link it so it fills? I don't want to drop the link in because it doesn't look sexy. This particular link isn't going to create a good looking link. I've tested that, Brendan, with lead pages. The only thing that integrates really well with lead pages are actual Facebook ads. Does that make sense? This looks better. It just does. And what even looks better than this is a pro tip. Here's the pro tip, Brendan. So I have a lot of .com names. I can easily turn this web address into iBuyHousesForCash.com. I work with DistressedSellers.com. Covina, help you sell your house. It doesn't really matter what it is, but a dedicated URL, I'll show you what I mean. Covina BJJ, right? There's that lead page we all looked at, but it comes off as Covina BJJ. So about a dedicated web address, Covina BJJ, easy for branding, right? Something somebody can remember. That's why you got to learn about marketing. I know it's a lot of information and we only have 10 minutes left. I now have my link. For the sake of discussion, this is the action I want them to take. I am going to go cast my pole into the water and see how this plays out. Okay. I'm going to share. There are two ways to share. Personally, if you don't want to ever get in trouble, and this, I guess this message is for Fred, you share directly off of here. Type in the individual group names. You'll get about 5 of them at a time from here. For the sake of what we're about to do, I'm going to do it this way because you guys won't get in trouble this way. I'm going to share in a group. I belong to lots of buy-sell groups, and I'm going to show them to you. Okay. So to join a buy-sell group, you just type in your city. I don't care what the city is. In this case, I'm going to type in the city of Covina. And you're looking to join as many groups as you can. The goal is to join as many buy-sell groups as you can, right? So every city has Covina buy-sell groups, Covina community referrals, community, they have yard sales, neighborhood watch pages, all of these things. In fact, I believe belong to Covina yard sale. I posted an intro boxing class to generate for that other page that we were talking about. So these things work. So I want to look for all the groups within a refined region. Now, because we're talking real estate and I want a bigger buy sell group, right? I'm going to type in the words buy, sell, Orange County. Now I already belong to these groups and I already have requests into other ones, right? So here's an RC buy sell, that's not good. Orange County buy sell trade, I want to join that group. Got it? Some of them might ask you questions. I don't ever go to that much trouble. Buy sell discount, buy sell trade in Orange County. Now, I want you to see this. There's 7,000 people. There's 1,000 people. I'm joining groups that have as many people as humanly possible, right? Orange County buy sell, Orange County buy and sell, 9.4. I'm going to join that, right? Once I belong to a great portion of people in these particular places, yeah, I'll take more questions after the hour, Fred. I just want to be able to get to all of this for everybody. Okay, once I belong to these groups, right, I can now share in a group. I'm going to show you exactly how I share it. There's a Los Angeles OC buy sell group. I'm going to repaste the original message and I'm going to post it. Now I'm getting action for my name. I'm getting action for the posting. Share in a group. Buy, sell. I'll go Riverside. Oh no, Brentwood, Beverly Hills. I'm going to paste that original message. I can check in from wherever I want to check in. I try to change it up a little bit, Fred. This is a tip so that I don't get put into Facebook jail for multiple postings. I can tag Diana in this one, right? And then post. We're going to see if this works in real time, by the way. Share in group. Does everybody understand what I'm doing? I'm just reposting this in different buy-sell groups that allow me to do this kind of action. I'm going to tag a person, in this case Diana, because it's her real estate license and she's taking the lead calls. I do like to tag location. If you don't have one, create one, then post it. I'm going to finish posting all of these so that you guys are aware. Share in group, 10:56. We have about 10 more minutes left for everybody who isn't a coaching student. My coaching students will stay for another hour, so I don't know how long this will actually go. Buy, sell, I did Riverside, I'll do Ontario, Chino, Montclair, paste, tag. I'm going to tag Diana. I can also tag. The more you can add that's a variable, I don't need why do I need the license, Barb? Because once they click on the link, I'm going to put them on the landing page with their info. Are you telling me that your broker requires you to put the license number on a Facebook post? That's intriguing. Wow. Then included, I guess, but I haven't done anything yet. Once they click on that, it's going to take them. If they click on Diana's name, they're going to get her info. I don't know what to tell you. I've never heard that before. Are they really, Elgin? That's crazy. That's crazy. I haven't heard that. Of course, consult with your broker, DRE, attorney, state of California. I just have not been told to do that on these particular posts. Okay. So please consult with your own broker. I'm just working for my client. So I'm going to post it in those groups, right? You keep going. Share in group. I'm going to show you another way to post the same information as well. We did West Covina, Puente Hills. Did we do that one? That's local. I want to make sure to get these all in. Post. And if it comes down to it, this is why you should hire a marketing consultant, because then I can post it. Because technically I'm the one posting it, right? So why would it need her info? And I know that to be legal. I'm the one posting it. Am I wrong, Elgin? This is not first point of contact. First point of contact is when you click on one of those links. First point of contact here is lee-honish. I could be completely wrong. I am correct. Thank you. This is why you guys should hire somebody who knows what they're doing. All right, so I did Orange County, SoCal, Whittier, buy, sell, trade. Does everybody understand what I did here? Are there any questions about joining groups? Anything that has people in it that are in your area? For you, Elgin, I would join everything that isn't Santa Clarita bolted down. Just to be perfectly honest. The bigger the group, the better. There are California buy-sell groups that have like hundreds of thousands of people. It's up. My fishing hooks are in the water. Okay? That's simple step number one. Let's create a different way to put that data out there. Okay? Next thing I'm going to do is do an article with an ad smack dab in the middle of it. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to put an article on your page and then reshare that information. So it's going to be a two-way. Ready? So I'm going to look for an ad homeowner, Mrs. Payment needs to sell. I type in whatever I'm thinking and I look for it. So I'm going to look in the news feed and find an article that's roughly to that effect. 9 ways to get the best price for your home. Record 7 million Americans are 3 months behind on car payments. Good human article. And I already knew this. So watch closely what I'm going to do. I'm going to repost and use this article, and I'm going to put my my thing right in the middle of it. You ready? So pay attention. First thing I need to do is capture this article, which is just really long. I don't know if I want something this long, but I'm going to use it. We have about 5 minutes left, so hopefully I can get this posted in real time and show you engagement. I'm going to open up a Microsoft Word page if it'll open. I'm going to paste the article if it'll let me. I have so many applications running on my computer. And paste it. And I'm only going to keep text. Got it? This is the full article. I'm going to keep the original byline. Who it was written by. Now watch this. I'm going to add this, and I'm going to paste. No, I don't want to do that. And then I'm going to paste Control Z. I don't want to do that. Where's my previous post? Watch closely. I'm going to insert an ad right here. I'm going to insert this ad. Okay. I'm going to Control V and paste that, hit return. Then I'm going to make that line right underneath it. Do you see how I inserted an ad literally into the printed text version of this article? I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to insert it in additional places on this article right here. Remove that. Remember, info, 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 call to action, right? I'm going to put one here. Info, info, article. Oh, I'm going to put it at the bottom. I think I'm going to take it all the way to the bottom for the last spot. Oh no, there's way more. So I'm going to put one in here. I like every 2 or 3 paragraphs when I'm putting it in an article, for those that are wondering. In this case, it'll go all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to put it at the end of the article. Can everybody understand what I did right here? Everybody good to this point? Did this make sense? Show of hands. Did this make sense, Khalid? All right, watch. I'm going to copy this whole article, Control A. I'm going to right click, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to need a picture because I like pictures. They just went with regular cars, huh? I'm going to go with my stressed homeowners again. Sorry. So I'm going to start with my photo because I don't want it to be a link, going back to Brendan's point. None of those links are going to do anything for me, the way the link's set up in Facebook. There's my photo. Now I'm going to right click and paste that whole article. Bada boom. I don't want that link. I can do a call now button. I can do a lot with this. I do like those. I could do a call now if I wanted to, but whatever the case, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to keep this simple. I'm not doing a big in-depth Facebook deal. I'm not going to check in or do anything. I'm just going to publish it just so you can see it. And I'm going to take this same runner right? So now I have an article posted that looks like an article, don't I? If I continue reading, what do I really have? I have an article that actually has bait in it, if that makes sense. So I used an actual article with hooks in it. I don't need that. So as people are reading it, because it's a good call to action, I can now do these things, right? I've got my, do you need to sell your house right now? I have built-in ads on Facebook. By the way, this is free Facebook ads on an article that you're learning right here. Okay, next cool trick. I have a unique link for this post, don't I? Can't I copy it? Now go to buy sell groups. Right? And just click on groups. Click on my groups. And now I can open up buy sell groups that I'm in, right? Here's an Anaheim buy sell trade. I'm just going to open a couple for the sake of doing it. Orange County buy sell trade. Los Angeles County buy sell trade. LA is the largest LA buy sell trade. They don't. They say 4.4 thousand members. It's not the biggest. Buy sell trade. So what do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I can keep doing this all day, right? So I'm going to start a discussion. Hey, personal is better. Hey, found this great article. People missing payments on their cars in record numbers. Okay. Guess what? Now I'm going to do this, Brendan, to your point. Now I am going to use a link. I'm going to copy this. And going back to Barbara's point, Barbara, I'm the one posting this. First point of contact won't be until they get to the end of this funnel, right? But now I put unique content up in a unique way. Now I can post it, and it's copy, cut, and paste. Don't do it too fast, or you'll go to, Facebook jail. These are great things to auto repost as well. I'm gonna post this. Start a discussion. The way not to go into Facebook jail for reposting and reposting, you can't do that. They will give you a timeout on Facebook. Check in from anywhere. I don't know why more people don't check in and do that kind of stuff, or add a feeling to it, scared, sad, doesn't matter, right? I got a feeling, and I can post it. We're all done for the sake of our discussion. What, 10 minutes over? Does everybody understand this? Everybody want to implement this? And everybody want to get started today? This went over. Good. Okay, now let's go one step further. Elgin, to answer your question, as well as everybody else. Now I have two different kinds of posts that I can engage, right? So I can look specifically at this post. And since it's on my page, I can check whether or not it's been engaged, whether or not people are actually looking at it. They actually have something called insights, so I know specifically what's happening on individual timelines, things of that nature. So I'm going to do one last thing and show you a little bit of insights. And let's just see if I drew any people onto the page, shall we? This insight field is overall. We're going to go back to my lead pages, which I know what the original number was for Diana. I reset it on the way out the door before we started this process. So yeah, what were we at before? 4? We've had 5 hits. So you tell me whether or not that this is an effective way to brand your phone number, brand your name, get an email address. Now I know a couple of these could be you guys. That's very likely. But the reality is, if it was one person, I would have been okay with it. Because it's one more person who knows that. Now, going back to Brendan's question, now if I tie it to something like ineedhelp.com, I can brand it to an easy message, which is why I like Covina BJJ, Covina Realtor, Realtor Hollywood, like things that grab and catch that people can remember. I don't think it's hard to get people to hear. I think people build out really slick pages and they forget what they're doing at this point. So I need a really good, memorable website name. I need a memorable, I need easy phone numbers to access, and I need easy capture spots. Simple as that. Are there any quick questions before I do one more thing? Do some groups prohibit advertising? Some do, but buy-sell groups tend to not. I covered the license for you, Barb. I am the first point of contact, so I'm safe. Did I already lose Elgin? A lot of them are asking for that now. The car is coming down hard. Okay. Then hire me to put up your marketing and you don't have any issues. I think it is too many posts to monitor, Fred, but if you guys want to be in compliant, get somebody who is not a licensed real estate person to do the posting for you. It's not difficult. You're welcome, Michael. All right. For everybody who's on this call or watching the very tail end of it, here's what I want you to do. Everybody in front of a computer, I want you to type in the following: lee-honish.info. It's going to take you to a squeeze page or a lead page in this question, Brendan. This is the last webinar I did. This video here is the 2-hour webinar I did. The reason I have put you all on lee-honish.info, not .com, .info, Barb, important. You're going to go down and you're going to click on the sign up for a free evaluation. You will put in your email, your first name, and your phone number, and I will talk to you and I will help you work out a marketing plan that is effective for you. And I will do this 100% free and help you work out a plan. If you are interested in having me consult and work with you, I have kind of a sliding 30-day, 90-day, and 1-year package. I prefer to work with somebody over the course of a year so that I can consult and craft your messages and do most of the stuff myself and educate one person directly. And the only question is this when it comes to making this phone call, and I mean this sincerely, by a show of hands, how many of you think that if I did this every single day, based on what you've seen, that I will generate one listing? And that's the way you have to think. There you go. Those of you that raised your hand. So my advice, go to lee-honish.info, scroll down, take advantage of me calling you. I will talk to you and help you work out something so that you can get online. I'm not going to upsell you. I'm not going to pitch you on sales. I'm just going to talk to you, ask you what your value message is, and quickly give you an idea of how to get a direction. If you want to talk about me working directly with you, creating marketing and getting it out there, I have very big clients. I am happy to give you people, and all the way down to a Brazilian jiu-jitsu place. And that was in 4 days. He just got his first real lead generated from everything we do online. So it's up to you. But my advice is go to lee-honish.info. Take advantage of free one-on-one with me. I'll say it again, free one-on-one with me. I do have 30-day, 90-day, and 365 days of education on web marketing. My advice is 1 year, and that's usually how it works. So